Hello, curling fans. Hello, American curling fans from Canada and Newfoundland. This is your host, Ryan Olson, with the latest draw from the 2026 DoubleTakeout.com MoPac Championships. It's Championship Sunday, and we have a battle between the 4 and 5 seeds. The number 4 seed, Orange Coyote from OC Curling and Coyotes Curling, taking on Sandstorm Sweepers from CurlVegas. And we have CurlVegas throwing the first rock. And we are underway here at the CurlVegas Curling Club, just outside of the airport in the Vegas Strip. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. We have a good game on tap, and we definitely hope you'll stick with us. We have 4 games on all 4 sheets. It's the first draw today. So we have 4 quarterfinals, and I'll go over those in just a moment. But you can find the scores at the live scoring site bondspieler.com. As we see Hal Brown throw his first rock. Second rock coming from the lead for Sandstorm Sweepers. This is Val Colley. And trading the hits back and forth, we have Hal Brown get set to throw again. So this is the 5 and under tournament, where teams with or players with 5 years of experience or less can participate. And so a lot of these teams are pretty experienced. We had our ceremony to celebrate the players that are out of eligibility, and we had I think up to 20 players that are going to be leaving us in terms of the event. Orange Coyote has the hammer. I'm presuming it's because they had the higher seed, or the lower seed, depending on how you look at it. The better seed. So this is Matt O'Brien with his next rock. So it looks like they're saying it's going to be top of the house, either the top of the 12-foot or the top of the 8-foot rings. This is over curling on them a bit. So they are sitting one of the rings. They were, I think, looking to either split the rings or put another one in. Well, they were looking to split the rings basically, and I don't think they got there. Although I don't think so. I think that the house is in the shape of a combination lock dial, and I think the edge of the circle is kind of the gray ring. At least that's my impression. So we're seeing the second for Sandstorm Sweepers. We saw them last night in the final game of pool play. And this is Sarah Miller. Looking for a hit. And they've got contact. And the Rockets are going to go through the house out of play. So looking at our playoff brackets, our 1-8 game is between Team Rice of Coyotes taking on in and out turns from I want to make sure I get the teams correctly. In and out turns hails from OC Curling and One Country Curling. That's on sheet 1. Sheet 2 is our feature game, the 4-5 game. Orange Coyote from OC Curling and Coyotes Curling taking on Sandstorm Sweepers from CurlVegas. Our 2-7 game is a complete sheet show from Oval Curling taking on Team Duncan from Coyotes. And this is the third for Sandstorm Sweepers. This is Quentin Wetzel. And then our 3-6 game is between Team Hernandez from OC Curling and CurlVegas taking on Team Pitlars Skip It from Silicon Valley Curling. So that is our slate of affairs for this first draw, the quarterfinals of the 2026 MoPac 5 and Under Bonspiel, brought to you by Curling.gg, our broadcast sponsor. So we went from Orange Coyote sitting 1 to Sandstorm Sweepers sitting 2. Teams are, I think, pretty well matched. We definitely saw how well Sandstorm Sweepers fared yesterday night, as we have Woody Woo deliver his first rock for Orange Coyote. Looking to hit one of the reds at least. I think they were hoping to maybe hit the inside of that red and roll towards the other one. It rolls out. It rolls out towards the right, exposed, and so. Scott Miller for Sandstorm Sweepers is calling for the hack weight hit as Quentin is getting set in the hack. No, I agree. So we don't see it on this sheet, but we're going to have some fun with the double takeout balloons, but it is not a... usually there's a prize for the first 2 days of the event, but there's no prize today, aside from honor and glory. And that hit was made, and we're back to Sandstorm Sweepers sitting 2. So next rock is coming from Woody. This is looking, I think they're going to try the hit and roll again. Actually, they're going to hit the red on the other side, the left one, and then try to roll under. But it noses, so just not exactly hitting the right side of the stone they want early in this game. Maybe still trying to figure out the ice, and I guess kind of the consensus on sheet 2 is that it kind of has some interesting areas to account for. Some interesting curl away from the window, but it's kind of in the middle of the ice house. The sidewalk is kind of the most obvious feature, and we definitely seem to have, it seems to curl more from that sidewalk on the left side of this view. Fairly light handle release from Scott Miller. You want to have a good number of rotations. They're calling for sweep, and they were going for the takeout. And calling for the sweep. They're going to get the red, and then the shoe's going to roll towards the middle. So it does set up the double takeout, perhaps, for Skip, Jeff Kunkel, and Orange Coyote. They are the defending champions from last year's event. So Jeff is set. We have Woody's in the foreground, looking for the double takeout. Woody's pretty tall. Going hard for line. It's okay. So they're going for the one on the right from this view. I thought the double was there. But it does get rid of one of the reds again, and so trading the hits here in this first ends. So the next truck coming from Miller. This is his last without the hammer, but they are in a situation where they might be able to steal. Calling hard for sweep. It's over curling a little bit. It's just going to kiss that yellow. Where's that yellow going to end up? It's going to end up in the back of the 12-foot. Did it hang on? It did. And so now it looks like there's a chance for Orange Coyotes to score 2. So the pendulum kind of swung back the other way.
I didn't even what you were saying. I was way down.
Crazy start to this game. So Kunkel is in the hack. Sandstorm Sweepers really likes to use the walkway where the cameras are on, so that's why we're seeing a bit of a jostling. This is the last draw coming for Orange Coyote. The hammer looking to hit the red out and score 2. It's looking okay for making contact on the red. And we can see that the red goes through the rings out of play, and then the shooter is lost. So it's just going to be a score of 1 for Orange Coyote. So ultimately, it was a force. Sandstorm Sweepers putting the pressure on Orange Coyote early to basically force Orange Coyote to take a single point. We're going to start the second end in just a moment as we continue with our coverage from the 2026 MoPac 5 and Under on the curling.gg network. Coverage of this event is being brought to you by doubletakeout.com, offering a unique ranking of the top men's, women's, and mixed doubles teams from around the world. See how your favorite team ranks against the competition at doubletakeout.com. And by curling.gg. Curling.gg is a proud sponsor of Team Canada's mixed doubles team, Brett Gallant and Jocelyn Peterman. And by Endgame Curling. Elevate your game with Endgame Curling and learn more at endgamecurling.com. So Hal Brown's first rock is away here in the second end of our feature game, the quarterfinal action here at the MoPac 5 and Under. Just doing some social media stuff in between talking. Multitasking is a lot harder than one might think it is. But Val is getting in the hack for her first shot as Hal's stone ended up in the back of the 12-foot. So the leads are Val and Hal. I'd like to say they kind of got together on kind of decided, agreed that we'd have the leads be Hal and Val. Actually, it'd be nice if all the teams had their players match up their names, you know. Someone was saying, you know, it's perhaps good that they're not on the same team. This rock is a little heavy. That was Tim, by the way. So this is going to give Orange Coyote a chance to put up a guard or split the rings. I think it's going to be a guard. Well, I think it's going to be splitting the rings, like top of the house. They're not really in a position to split the rings just based on kind of where the broom was. And especially since Jeff was hoping it would go to the center, and it's going to go just a smidge deep, but not too bad. It does set up a double, but that is also my favorite catchphrase. I think the double is there. Coverage of this end is being brought to you by doubletakeout.com. Proprietor Ken Pomeroy updates the site throughout the competitive season to create an up-to-date ranking of the top men's, women's, and mixed doubles teams from around the world. You can see your favorite team. You can sort by country, so you can see the top teams in the country for men, women, and mixed doubles. So you can go check out the U.S. women. You'll see Team Peterson at the very top, our Olympic representatives, and then Team Strauss and Team Cousins are also on the list, and a whole bunch more at doubletakeout.com. So Matt O'Brien is looking to take out the stone that Val just put up. This chipped the yellow in the back 12, and so that yellow in the back of the house was lost. But the situation right now is Orange Coyote is sitting 2. And the next rock coming from Sarah Miller. I think looking to make a hit. Going hard for line. This is over curling a little bit on them, I think. I think they were, trying to perhaps go around that Yellowstone, and if they had a little bit more weight and maybe a little more ice, that shot would have been there. So the red is at the top of the house, and Jeff is choosing to take it on, exercising his free will to take out the stone. We're just going to do some objectivism in our curling call here. I would bust out Ayn Rand if I knew more about Ayn Rand, and I really don't want to bust out Ayn Rand. Which is kind of the, it's not a subject material I can really delve into. But I can delve into the fact that Orange Coyote is sitting 3 once more. And we're going to see Sarah, I think, try that draw again. Scott looks okay with that. Now they're jumping on the rock to keep it clean. it's looking not too bad. You can see it swing away from that sidewalk, and it does swing pretty nicely. The weight was better. It was just a little heavier that time. It ends up in the back of the 8-foot, good for third shots. And we have Woody Woo device for Orange Coyote about to, I think, just draw to the top of the house. Orange Coyote sitting 2, they're in a position to steal, and I think they want to make sure that either they steal or they hold Sandstorm Sweepers to just a couple points. And this is looking a little up weight, so maybe it's going to go to about the T line. They did have a little bit of backing with that red, and it actually draws right in front of that red in the back 8-foot. So we're doing the double takeout balloons, and so you might see balloons around the back of the houses during the games today. Any shot that removes 2 opposing stones from the house, not necessarily entirely from the field of play, is a double takeout in our book. And so we'll give you the double takeout balloons made from the finest Corinthian mylar. And if you hold on to those balloons at the end of the game, you will have a hearty pat on the back. During pool play, we had a contest where if you had the balloons at the end of the draw, you got a free round of beverages for you and a buddy team. But for the playoffs, we don't necessarily have the round of beverages, especially because people have to leave after this event. The whole "you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here" mantra. So seeing some good draws to the back of the house, but also provides some space to draw on top of those rocks. And so Woody's going to try that draw once more. I say try. He made it last time. Just we're going to see what he does this time. So the weight looks similar to the last few stones. As this is going to, I think, try to be close to sitting on top of that red. And in fact, it does park right on top of the Sandstorm red. I was going to listen to Sandstorm by Doug Rude last night, and I didn't get the chance to. So we'll just have to picture it in our mind. The team Sandstorm Sweepers reminds me of that song from the year 2000, which instantly dates me. Quentin's next rock, again looking to draw. There's still just a little bit of space in front of that yellow to be scoring. Is because that yellow is in the back button. This is over curling on them though, and it might be a little. It is going to be over the hog line. So now with that miss, Orange Coyote is in a position to steal. Just put a rock. You can see where Jeff is gesturing. They can draw right on top of that yellow, but the preferred spot is to be just a little up from that in the top 4 foot. It appears, and I agree that's a good call. Both teams have drawn down this path a couple times, so they should know the line. As Jeff is getting into the hatch for his first 2 skip stones without the hammer here in this second end of 8 ends of regulation. These games are not being timed. There's not a window time limit, although we are still encouraging timely play. So if you are lollygagging, we will let you guys know about it. We'll let the teams know about it. As we have Jeff Kunkel pushing out of the hatch. Very quickly they jump on it for sweeping. And this is also a little light and also over curling slightly. That's a 1790. So, wow. We had a blank last night. Yeah. And it was by sheet show.
Was it?
Yeah. So going around the rings, Team Rice scored a single with the hammer at the first end over in and out turns on sheet 1. Sheet 2 is our feature game. You're watching it. Sheet 3 had the blank by complete sheet show, and it's the second blank this weekend. And the first blank was also by complete sheet show, and that was over Team Duncan from Coyotes. Sheet show is from Oval Curling of Utah. And then on sheet 4, we had Team Hernandez from OC Curling and CurlVegas forced to a single over Team Pitlar's Skip It from Silicon Valley. And those scores are being posted to Ye Old Bond Spieler. And that also includes video links because we have our feature game on this channel. You're watching it, thank you. But we also, thanks to our partners at CurlVegas, they are streaming the other games using static cameras and no commentary. So if you want to tune me out, you can go to another stream. That's all at bondspieler.com. So a little, just a smidge heavy, but the line wasn't there. And that was the bitter part for that shot by Sandstorm Sweepers and Scott. So now Orange Coyote is going to have another chance to draw on top of their shot stone or even be in the top 4 once again. And just kind of really lock down the house or the center of the house to score. So we went from the first end where there were not a lot of rocks in play to a second end where there's rocks all over the house. So the weight is better, 1379, so it's a little on the up weight side. So almost kind of similar to what Scott just threw, and as a matter of fact, it kind of ends up right in front of Scott's stone. And so they're looking to see who's, well, they were looking to see where to go, and I think Orange Coyote might be sitting 2. But the answer for Scott and Sandstorm Sweepers is to draw, draw, draw. So Scott's last rock is away. And weight looks good. The line looks good. This question is, where is it going to end up? It's going to, I think, tap the yellow, but then it rolls wide right. And so the question is, whose shot? It looks like it's yellow. And so they're clearing the house, so we'll see what score they post. So it is a score of 1 for Orange Coyote. And pausing the action. We'll be back in just a moment to the 2026 DoubleTakeout.com MoPac Championships. I'm going to go adjust the camera, so I'll be right back. As you can see that the camera got jostled. So we'll be right back.
4. So she too is not. She too is not playing slow. And everybody, we're 3 minutes before we start
Start at 6 or 6:15 or 6:30 or 6:45.
Oh, got
So
it.
yeah, we started at
No worries. Hello. The camera got jostled.
Oh.
That's why I'm here. It's all fine. No, it's fine. No, it happened at the end of the end. So yeah. Morning. Okay. We're back. You fix one problem, another one arises. Which is just super fun. Okay. So I had to go to my backup microphone as we have the net strut from Quinton head down the ice. We had 3 Coyote yellows, and now it's 4 in the rings. And this one's going to flash, and so this is a bit of a trouble situation brewing for Sandstorm Sweepers. Down 2-0 here in the third end. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Definitely appreciate everyone being here. So, Orange Coyote's talking over the situation in the house. And I think they're choosing to put up a front stone or maybe draw on top of the shot stone. Just on the outside of the forefoot. So Jeff Kunkel gets in the hatch, looking for, I believe, well, it's a draw. I don't know exactly where it's going to end up. This is his first rock without the hammer here in the third end. So going for the guard at 16:09. And that does settle in at the, it might be biting the top of the house. So Orange Coyote is definitely sitting 4, maybe 5. And Sandstorm Sweepers is looking at a thin double, I believe, or drawing on top of the, or like a soft takeout on the shot stone down the middle is kind of, I think, maybe the call. As Scott gets set for his first here in the third end. So that is a control weight for a takeout. And it's past the guard and pops that yellow out. So right now, Sandstorm Sweepers is shot. That was a good recovery there by Sandstorm Sweepers after I think a couple misses in this end. So it looks like they're going to try and raise the guard onto the red. I think that's the call, especially based on where Woody has the broom. So going to take out the guard. I mean, run the guard back, sorry. Although it does have a risk of taking out their guard. So it's looking pretty close. Yellow onto red. Oh, and it misses. So Now Sandstorm has a chance for 2. So Orange Coyote went from having control of the end to likely giving up 2 to Sandstorm Sweepers. And I kind of question the call because Sandstorm Sweepers showed Orange Coyote the line to take that red out, and so if Orange Coyote just took that red out, they'd be sitting 4 again, and then Sandstorm Sweepers would have had the hit for a single point. I guess that's kind of the risk reward. I think by raising that guard, they were hoping to have at least one buried under cover, so then the pressure would be on Sandstorm Sweepers to try to get a single point. That did not happen, obviously. So now Scott and Sandstorm Sweepers has a draw for 2. Scott's shot is away. Sweepers are cleaning. This is curling up on them. So after all that effort, it looks like Orange Coyote may have dodged a bullet as Sandstorm Sweepers rock goes wide right, and it's leading to just a single point for the Sandstorm Sweepers. They are on the board though, score 2-1 in favor of Orange Coyote as we enter the 4th end. And we'll take a break and be right back as we continue with our coverage of the 2026 5 and Under Bonspiel, coming to you live from CurlVegas, from fabulous just outside Las Vegas. Coverage of this end is being brought to you by curling.gg. Curling.gg is growing fast and has partnered with Jamie Sinclair with the Curl Up with Jamie channel to bring more curling insights to fans everywhere. First start coming from Val and the Sandstorm Sweepers here in the 4th end of possible 8 ends of regulation. We were talking about timing before, and I might go out and do a camera tweak again. So the games are not being timed. We encourage timely play. There are no ties in the playoffs, and so if the game is tied after 8 ends, they do go to a draw shot to see which team is closer to the center of the house. So pause in the action. We'll be right back as we continue with our coverage of the 2026 DoubleTakeout.com MoPac Championships. The action is continuing. I'm going to pause and talk, so, and we'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Situation in the house is pretty open this end, as we have one Orange Coyote stone and one Sandstorm Sweeper stone at the top of the house. And we are seeing Meadow Brian with his first rock. And it's not quite sure exactly what happened there. So the situation is Sandstorm Sweepers is sitting shot buried in the top 8 foot. Orange Coyote has a yellow in the top 8 foot, but is being outcounted and is exposed for Sarah Miller to take on with her last. Looking for a hit. So Sweepers are just kind of walking it down. It looks like it might kiss the yellow. It does get enough energy into the yellow to get it out of play. And the shooter rolls wide to the left. So Sandstorm Sweepers is sitting 2 without the hammer here in this fourth end. Time is flying as we continue to play here in the quarterfinals. As we have Matt with his last rock coming, looking to peel the guard. And looking to peel the guard. This is going to be it just kisses. It didn't come over enough. The Sweepers really tried to push it over and it didn't get there. So going around the rings, on sheet 1, the 1-8 game between number 1 seed Team Rice and Coyotes. They're currently down 2-1 to in and out turns for OC Curling One Country. Definitely keep an eye on that game. Sheet 2 is our featured game where we saw Sandstorm Sweepers score 2 in the last end. Or it's just 1. It was just 1. I apologize. So they're down 2-1. And then on sheet 3, after blinking the first end, complete sheet show from Oval Curling. They're the 2 seed, so that's the 2-7 game. They converted the hammer with 2. So they're up 2-0 over the number 7 seed Team Duncan. And then the 3-6 game is between Team Hernandez from OC Curling and CurlVegas. They're up 3-0 over the 6 seed Team Pit Lars Skip It. So Quinton puts up a guard, and so now Jeff is looking to see what to do. Looking to peel the guard. I think they could try that peel again, and let's see. I mean, they were looking at going after the guard that was just put up, and that does seem to be called as Woody is going for the in-turn clockwise release. So watch when he releases the stone. It's going to go clockwise. This is going to get one of the reds. It goes under the red shot stone. So they had a chance to maybe get a double there. It does open things up, but Sandstorm Sweepers is sitting 2 in the house, so they're in a pretty good position. And I think they're going to try to do the guard once more. Or go to the, I don't think they want to go to the top of the house. I think the guard is the better position for the rock. As we have Quinton's last rock here in the 4th end. So Scott's coming out to help. It's coming up just a little light. I think it is going to get over the hog line, but that's 1770 seconds. And that is a middle to high guard there. So close to, I think, what Scott wanted. So interesting situation in the rings again. You know, there's the two guards and there's two in the rings. Orange Coyote is not paying really much attention to that red in the outer 12-foot, opting to try to open up the middle. And it makes a lot of sense because you want to be able to at least draw to the button for a single point if you have to, if you have the hammer. If you have the hammer, ideally you want to try and draw play to the wings to set up a multiple point score. You know, by having one on the outside of the house, and then you can just draw to the middle for a second point at least. So this rock is going to get one of the reds moving, and that is all. That rock, the guard goes out of play. The yellow rolled to the top 12-foot for third shot at about 10 o'clock if the house was a clock dial. And someone was a carpenter. So in the warm room we had the hog jars going hog wild, making snorting hog sounds. We took the battery out. Katie took the battery out. As we are to the skip rods, this is Scott's first. Sitting two, I think looking to put up a guard. If the guard is made, then it's going to be tricky for Orange Coyote. If they don't make the guard, Orange Coyote has kind of a hit and roll possibility. So this rock is going to come into the house slightly. It does set up a double. And so Orange Coyote could do the hit and roll, though I was thinking, and do the double. At the same time, it's also a floor wax and a chocolate ice cream coating. A shell. When I was growing up, that shell ice cream topping was just like, oh, this is really cool. And I never had it growing up, and I had it as a grown-up, and it's okay. They used the palm oil to increase or to lower the freezing temperature, or just increase the freezing temperature. And so it's really kind of cool how it freezes, but then just the taste itself is not necessarily the overwhelming flavored sensation that you might want it to be. But let's see if Jeff Kunkel finds this shot to be tasty to his palate satisfaction as he is getting set up for a double takeout. Facing three of the rings right now. This is his first with the hammer here in the fourth end. Calling for curl. And it looks like it's going to get close. And it does run the red onto the other red where it jams. So it does get rid of one red. The orange shooter is lost. I don't know if he was on broom, but if he was on broom, the rocks are not curling as much as I think teams are expecting in this first game of our Championship Sunday. And speaking of Championship Sunday, we have two more games on tap for you, including the semifinals at 10:30 a.m. Pacific, and then our championship game at 1:30 p.m., as well as our bronze medal game at 1:30 p.m. Featured games, including the championship, will be on the MoPac YouTube channel, and then other coverage will be on the CurlVegas YouTube channel. So, Sandstorm Sweepers is in a pretty good spot, and they're looking to kind of secure that advantage by drawing in another stone. This overcurls slightly. Is it enough for Orange Coyote to get the out here? They can't really do the double again. Even if they did successfully execute it, there's that red on the left that outcounts it. So the safer shot is, I think, to draw for a single point. They have the full forefoot and the button to play with, and they have 2 paths to get to it. So the whole idea of trying to draw play to the wings, it didn't quite happen this end. But basically, you try to draw play to the wings, and then if you need to draw to the button for your last, you can. So some of those hits and mostly hits did lead to at least a path to the button being open on both sides. So not the best end in terms of possible outcomes for Orange Coyote, but they still have an out. And that's kind of why you do the strategy like we do. Jeff is getting set for his last, facing 2, drawing for 1 here in the 4th end. The Sweepers are on it. Definitely going to go for weight. Need to make sure it gets here. It looks a little light, and it's over curling. So 15:38. So it's a little on the light side. So now I think they're just going to go all out to make sure they at least outcount one of the reds, and they do. And so it's going to be a steal of 1 for the Sandstorm Sweepers to tie things up. We're all square at 2 as we head into the second half of the game. Well played end by Sandstorm Sweepers. Good effort by Orange Coyote to try the draw and at least minimize the damage, as it were. So we'll be right back. As our coverage of the 2026 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships are being brought to you by doubletakeout.com. Throughout the competitive curling season, Ken Pomeroy has a blog on the site updating readers about how he crunches the numbers and sees how they might apply to the competitive world of curling at doubletakeout.com. And by curling.gg. Curling.gg has a new beta feature where you can upload a photo of a curling shot, recreate different scenarios and play them out. Check it out at curling.gg. And by Endgame Curling. Elevate your game with Endgame Curling and learn more at endgamecurling.com. So the first rock for Val ends up, I think maybe just outside the rings. If it's a guard, it can't be fully removed from play by the opposing team until after the 5th rock at the end. We have two kind of guards. We have 2 guard zone rules: the free guard zone rule and then the no tick rule along the center line. As we have Hal's first rock make its merry way down the sheets. Merrily we roll along. Roll along, roll along. All the live long day. So that settles in the back 8 foot, as you can see there, and Carly is getting set for her next rock. I think looking to draw. Definitely look to follow through on her release. She raised her arm up, and I've been instructed not to do that. You definitely want to make sure you have a good follow through. As they were trying and draw on top of the yellow, it's a little heavy. It's a good shot. You basically want all of your energy to go forward, and so the whole like raising your arm up like a bowling release is not necessarily conducive to that. I mean, what she did is fine. Just an observation. Net start coming from Hal Brown. And that is going to settle in the top of the house. That looks like it is in, perhaps. And Sandstorm Sweepers is going to draw around. While we were away, that draw was successful. Really nice on the edge of the forefoot. And Sandstorm Sweepers is sitting 1. For Matt O'Brien, looks like they're going to try to run the guard up onto the shot red. This is going to make contact, but it doesn't hit it at the right angle. It runs the yellow back onto the back yellow. And kind of, so they have 3 yellows now around the dial, as it were, at 12 o'clock, about 4 o'clock, and 6 o'clock. But they're all kind of on the edge of the sheet. So I'm sure Orange Coyote would like to bring them into play. It'll be interesting to see if Sandstorm Sweepers will let them. As Scott's, I think, looking to put up a guard. He's coming back to talk it over with Quentin. So after talking over the device, and I think Scott was kind of talking to Jeff briefly. Wish we had our players' mics. That's in our big plan for upgrades to our streaming system in the future. After all that discussion, they want to put up a guard or a front stone to block the port that's opened up on the right side, which makes a lot of sense. Coming up a little light as Scott comes out to help. If this hogs, then it is going to hog, unfortunately. But you also kind of saw Val hustle to watch the line, so that's I think good coordination there, where you had the stronger sweeper come out to help with the rock, and then someone tried to watch the line. It's in terms of effectiveness, I'm not quite sure if it's the most effective. As very quickly Matt O'Brien comes out to go through the gap and hopefully maybe pop out that red. If you're hopeful, if you are Orange Coyote, of course. This is on the red. The red guard kicks it out. Actually, it kicks it to the back where it jams on one of those yellows that was just hanging onto the edge of the sheet. The shooter just clogs the gap now. So basically there's 2 Orange Coyote stones guarding the red shot rock in the edge of the 4-foot. As we have Quentin Wetzel get set for his first, looking to try that guard again, I believe. And this is going to be a guard. So now the question is, what does Orange Coyote do? Looks like the answer is to peel the guard. Looking for peel weight. So sweepers are working to hold the line, and it's looking like it's on target. What is it going to hit though? Red onto yellow. The yellow goes through the back of the house, and after taking off the back, yellow goes out of play. The red guard goes to the left edge of the sheet, where it is a corner guard, basically, something that Sandstorm Sweepers can use perhaps later if they need to or want to. Wetzel is getting set for the guard once more. And is traveling down the way, now working on holding the line. And it looks like it's going to end up in a pretty good spot once more. Ooh, it overcurls maybe just a tick, but is it enough for Orange Coyote to take advantage of? I think they could throw it right in the, we like to be a little crude here at times, throw it right in the crotch, the red moving, and then run the yellow back onto the red. And that might be perhaps a shot. But, you know, Jeff's looking to hit the outside of the red. Going to open things up. But you can kind of see that, I think, you know, going for the crotch would have, I think, been potentially effective. But we will see what happens with the Orange Coyotes net stone here from Woody. Working to hold the line. I just part of the situation is that it's curling more heavily away from that sidewalk, and so that maybe Jeff wasn't happy with the line coming back from, you know, going towards the sidewalk. That could have been a factor. As we said, you know, it's been kind of tricky reading the ice or, you know, figuring out the quirks of this sheet throughout the tournament. So Sandstorm Sweepers is sitting 2. There is a yellow that I think is kind of hanging out at the back of the house that could be brought into play. So Scott is in the hat, looking to, I believe, put up the guard. Saying it's up weight. Calling for curl, and again we can see that it's on the outside edge of the sheet, away from the sidewalk. That's 1443, and you can see it's just really flat on that side. You know, they called for curl. The rock may have lost its handle too. Let's take a look at that replay. calling for curl, and then we can see that it's on the outside edge of the sheet, away from the sidewall. That's 1443, and you can see it's just really flat on that side. They called for curl. The rock may have lost its handle too. Let's check. All right, back live, and if my sound is blasting you guys, I'll try to turn it down. It sounded really quiet to me, but that replay was really loud. Okay. So the weight was pretty good, 1443. And that was close to T-line. So the ice is at speed, or what I believe speed is for this event. And my camera just decided to wander. So looking for a hit, and contact is going to be made, and the shooter is going to stick around to be shot in the top 4 foot. The red shot stone goes to the back 12 foot where it is second shot. So they're talking it over. And the broom is down for the hit. That makes sense. If they hit and stick, they'd be sitting 2. As Scott delivers his last, looking for a hit. So it does hit the yellow out. The shooter goes out of play as well through the port. And so it looks like Orange Coyote is going to be forced to a single point. So a good job there by the Sandstorm Sweepers to go for the force. As the broom is down for the draw. As Jeff gets set for his last, looking for a draw for a single point. And this is flat again, so I think just need to make sure it gets in the rings. Is it going to get there in out counting the red in the back 8 or the back 12 foot? And it looks like it's not quite there. It looks like it's going to be out counted by 1 red, and that does appear to be the case. So pause in the action. We'll be right back as we continue with our coverage of the 2026 MoPac 500 Bonspiel, coming to you live from CurlVegas.
I can see all the back one.
that, Val. Give me a little more. Great shots, Hal.
Okay, we should be back on mic. I hope. Yes, awesome. So Sarah Miller's net struck is coming down the way. Scott's a little unhappy because it's wide and it's on the flat side of the sheet, so it's not likely to come back. And it is going to go through the rings out of play. Situation is looking better for Orange Coyote this end as they're sitting 2. When I was out on the ice, not doing on-ice interviews. That might be coming someday, never. The Orange Coyote is pretty happy with their setup to this end. And it does look pretty good. So now they're tucking over the shot for Orange Coyote. Looking to kind of lock down the advantage they have in this end. They have 2 stones in the house. You can see there that the front yellow is partially covered. So they're looking at maybe putting one at the top of the house, and that would kind of, I think, make it harder for the double takeout. Or if it does a double takeout, the shot stones can be protected. So interesting quandary in the house for Orange Coyote. They have something brewing. The question is how do they take advantage of it as Woody's coming down to talk about it. These games are not being timed, so they do have a chance to make sure that they're on the same page. And so Woody is done with a quick confab and heads back to the hack. It's Matt O'Brien's shots, and the stone is away. They're looking to, I think, maybe split the house at this point, as we are in the 6th end. The score is 3-2 in favor of the Sandstorm Sweepers that hail from CurlVegas. So it's a hometown team. Playing in the geographic region. MoPac is kind of the southwest and up to Idaho, down to Arizona, California. And Nevada is in the geographic region, although CurlVegas belongs to is a member of the Grand National Curling Club. And that goes wide left, so the takeout attempt is there again for Sarah to take on. This is more on Broom, so we'll see if it's going to be on target, as we've kind of seen it's kind of flat in spots. This one is coming back a little bit, and I think will make contact with the stones in the rings. It runs the yellow back onto the shot yellow, and so one yellow goes away, the shooter rolls wide left. So that was a good second effort there from Sarah after being a little wide on her first. All right, so the hit was successful by Orange Coyote. The shooter sticks around to the outer edge of the 12-foot on the left. So while Scott is getting the shot lined up, I think the shot is basically to try the takeout again, just based on where the broom is for Quentin's first. Let's go around the rings just to update you guys on what's going on. Scores are being posted to Bonspieler. That also includes the video links to the streams on both the MoPac YouTube and the CurlVegas YouTube.
Yeah, we took it with us to the banquet last night, and then I brought it back this morning. I haven't written anything down.
So the broom is down for the takeout. So we'll check out the shot real quick. So Wetzel's rock is away. So it goes a little wide. So now the question is it going to come back to be a usable stone? And it's just kind of it's floating out a little bit, and it's going to go through the rings out of play. And so now Orange Coyote has a chance to put another stone in the rings. I think go for that front stone guard that they were looking at last time. I was a little worried when Jeff went up to the guard. I was like, you want to peel the guard? So the broom is going to be a question for this because he's calling for about 2.5 feet of curl. And let's keep an eye on this, and then we'll go around the rings. So this is Woody's first. Looking for 2.5 feet of curl. And let's see if it comes back. And this is going to be kind of a good test of the curl on this side of the sheet. So it's just floating out. It might finish. It's coming back now a little bit. And the weight's a little up. It was 1393. And so this is going to settle into the back of the house. Good for second shot. So Orange Coyote is sitting 3 right now. But that's that shot yellow is still somewhat exposed if they can get the right line on it. And they just traded sweepers to make sure that the right, just the best sweeper on the best side of the ruck. As Quentin is going to push out, going for, I think I looked for hack weight. Let's see if this, what weight this is going to be. So this looks like it's better on line. And you can see it's kind of falling off the line just as it's heading down the ice. Because you can see that the rock was on the line. Now it's coming back. And it looks like it will tap the shot yellow. And then the shooter's going to roll under the protection of the guard. So, situation of the ring right now, or the rings plural, is Orange Coyote shots on the back of the button, but that that red shooter is right there for second stone. So quickly going around the rings on sheet 1, the number 1 seed Rice is up 7-2 over 8 seed In and Out Turns. Sheet 2 is our featured game. You're watching it. And so it looks like they're going to try that draw again on our feature sheet. On sheet 3, it's a tied game between Complete Sheet Show from the Oval and the Tim Duncan from Coyotes. Tied 2-2. Although that score needs to be updated, it is currently 5-4 in favor of Team Duncan. And this is it's shaping up really nicely. Good finish there by Woody's shot. Oh, wow. Puts it right on top of the button, right on top of the shot stone, and out counting the Sandstorm red. Pretty corner frozen. So now, what does Sandstorm Sweepers do? It's a pickle. It's a puzzlement. It's a floor. It's a floor shine. So they could throw heat at this because heat's been working okay for them if it stays online. So it does look like they are going for the hits, although again we've been talking about how sensitive the line is down this path. So we will see how this shot goes. Finishing our merry trip around the rings, I got kind of distracted. Sheet 4, the contest between Hernandez and Pitts-Lars. Hernandez is up 5-3 as Scott's shot is away. Looking to hit the yellows, and it's kind of floating out a little bit. It might make contact. It actually runs the yellow onto the red. A bit of a disaster there. That was a tricky shot, but I thought it was there. So you could hear the broom slapping the ice. Jeff Kunkel wants that rock in the top 4 foot. So for a draw, it looks like we are seeing about a 1.5 to 2 feet of curl, and that's where the broom is. And so it's kind of tricky just to see how this side of the ice is reacting. So this is Jeff's first, sitting 2, looking to put a 3rd in, and that makes sense. I do kind of like that because if they put a 3rd in and it's counting, it's going to be hard for Sandstorm Sweepers to get rid of them all. So Jeff, I think, just doing some last setting and is about to push out from the hat. His first shot is away. It's out a little wide, but it does finish okay, and you can kind of see it coming back to the center. Sweepers are off it now, going to kind of let it go, rest where it wants to rest. And it rests pretty much exactly where Kunkel was slapping the broom on the ice. So now the situation in the rings is They do have a double possibility, and I think that might be the shot just to minimize giving up a big end here. Sandstorm Sweepers are up 3-2. It's a very tight, low-scoring affair, although Orange Coyote is knocking on the door here, and I think Sandstorm Sweepers wants to say, no solicitors, please. So they're talking, and I'm curious about what the discussion is. I think they're talking about which angle they want to hit that top yellow stone, especially as they're lining up the angles here. So the broom is right on the center line. This is going to be a very tricky shot because I think the miss is to be slightly outside, so you at least get one of the yellows. If you're too tight, you're going to crash in the guard, as we have the last rock coming from Scott Miller here in the sixth end without the hammer. And this is it's past the guard. He's going to get one of the yellows, gets two of the yellows, and that is a double takeout brought to you by doubletakeout.com. So excellent shot execution by Scott Miller. Here in the sixth end without the hammer. And this is it's past the guard. He's going to get one of the yellows, gets two of the yellows, and that is a double takeout brought to you by doubletakeout.com. So excellent shot execution by Scott. I need to wait like a beat before I press the replay button. I didn't say anything important anyway.
Oh, sorry.
So, looking for... I'm not quite sure if they're going to hit or draw. I think it's a draw with Jeff's last. It does stay pretty flat out that side, but it might be the safer side to draw to, as the shot is away. And they basically need a piece of the forefoot. It's coming back, 1471. So the weight's good. As long as the sweepers are on it, it needs to get to the forefoot, just another couple inches, and it looks like it's there. Oh my goodness. Good for two. And Scott gave some kudos to the sweepers for that was a really good job to make sure Jeff Shaw was able to get to where they needed to for the second point, and it did. So that is a 2-point end for Orange Coyote. They retake the lead, and Sandstorm Sweepers retains the hammer as we come back in just a moment for the seventh end of our quarterfinal action here at CurlVegas. Hal Brown is getting set for the start of this seventh end. Looking for a tight guard on the center line. And it looks like it's not going to quite get all the way back to the center line, but Jeff was okay with it. As coverage of this end is being brought to you by curling.gg. Curling.gg is growing fast and is partnered with Jamie Sinclair from the Curl Up with Jamie channel to bring more curling insight to fans everywhere. Curling.gg. So very tight game between Sandstorm Sweepers from CurlVegas and Orange Coyote from Orange County Curling and Coyotes. Val's first rock coming off the sidewalk, so we're likely to see some pretty wicked curl, but not wicked tuna. I've never actually seen wicked tuna, which is either a play or a TV show on History Channel. So it doesn't quite get all the way around the guard, but it looks like it puts up another center guard. I believe that is outside the rings. So Hal is going to try to draw around his own stone from the side opposite of the sidewalk. So we haven't talked about these teams' journeys, how they got here. So let's kind of talk about how they fared so far in this tournament. As a house stone, looks like it's going to be tight to the guard. I think it might get around it. Oh, it just chips it. And then the shoe is going to roll into the top of the house on the right 12-foot. So that guard that got ticked onto the center line is not eligible for the no-tick rule. The no-tick rule applies to guards that are placed on the center line on their initial delivery. That's come up, I mean, I've noted it a couple times. It actually hasn't been a factor, but it's always worth noting. So Orange Coyote, the 4 seed, came through this event in the cards pool. We had 15 teams, 5 teams each. So Orange Coyote played in the cards pool and had a 3-1 record, winning against Clever Curl, losing to the number 1 seed Rice. Rice is on sheet 1 right now. They also defeated Full House, and they also defeated In and Out Turns yesterday afternoon. And this draw around the guards is trying to just end up ticking off of the red guard and rolling to the top of the house. And so it looks like it's available for Orange Coyote to take on. And so that's the journey for Orange Coyote. They also had a draw shot total of 92.4 centimeters, which I think was second best in the field. Is pretty close. So into the journey for the number 5 seed Sandstorm Sweepers, playing in the slots pool. They also had a 3-1 record. I think that the difference in terms of seeding was the draw shot, because the Orange Coyote draw shot was below 100, and Sandstorm Sweepers' draw shot was 271.7 centimeters. So just a bit of a difference there, and I think that could have been the difference between the 4 seed and 5 seed. As Matt O'Brien chips out the guard. So the journey for Sandstorm Sweepers is that they lost to the number 2 seed Complete Sheet Show. They defeated Bushkoff from Milwaukee, 4 non-blondes from Coyotes, and Team Duncan from Coyotes. And they are in a neck-and-neck battle with Orange Coyote. This 4-5 game is definitely shaping up to be a bonzer, as they say. As we have Sarah Miller deliver her first rock. I think trying to get to the yellow that is in the top of the house. The 5-rock free guard zone rule is over as Matt comes out to help sweep. And it's going to just tick the yellow. And it has enough energy to get that yellow through the rings out of play. And so O'Brien, Matt has another shot. Jeff is looking at a couple options, possibly trying to draw around again. It's going to be a situation where hitting is not quite getting the job done, so maybe go to a draw game. And we do have our first final in the books here in the quarterfinals. Sheet 1 is not an upset, as the number 1 seed Team Rice is the 12-2 winners over In and Out Turns. Rice is from Coyotes, In and Out Turns from OC Curling in One Country. This draw around is trying to chip up the red rock. So it's the 7th end, and so I think for the end game strategy that Orange Coyote would like to either force or score here. Giving up a single point is not too shabby because they'll be tied with the hammer coming home. And for Sandstorm Sweepers, they would like 2 or more points to have a lead coming home. They could also try to blank the end. Blanking the end's not too bad because being down 1 with the hammer is mathematically is not a bad place to be. Sarah's next rock is looking to chip out the yellow that's on this right side of the sheet. So it looks like it's going to be pretty close. So Sarah's had 2 good hits back to back, and Sandstorm Sweepers are sitting 2 in the rings. Could try to go for a hit and roll. That looks to be the shot. They should try to pinball open the center, but I don't think that benefits them too much, especially since that center, the cluster of guards in the center of the house or the center of the sheet is a pretty good place to hide stones behind. As we have Woody delivering his first shot. Line's going to be pretty key here. As they're working to push it over, this is going to be more of a nose hit, and actually the shooter's going to roll wide outside of the outside of the house.
To celebrate, not make me feel bad. They always made me feel bad. What was that bad? What was that bad? We want like parking poppers and we don't want to like pop. You know, like I know he called T, but I said 2 guard and they threw T. But I also told them.
So the situation is looking pretty decent for Sandstorm Sweepers. They have control of the middle. They could. It looks like they're trying to draw around with their next stone. Looking for T weights as Quentin is getting in the hat. So it sounds like they're concerned about lying out of the gates. And we can see it is over curling slightly. It looks like it's going to go into the pile. Scott's coming out to help. And it looks like it might chip off the guard and roll into the gap. And that is what happened. So, Sandstorm Sweepers is still sitting 2. All right, so the situation in the rings right now is a bit messy. So they're looking to, I think, do some cleanup to run the yellow back onto the red with Woody's second stone. And this is going to be close. It does run the yellow onto the red. The red is going to go through the back of the house out of play. And now the question is, who is shots? And if you are old enough, the question would be, who shot JR? That could be a curling team name, perhaps. I think it's yellow by a sliver, but I'm not sure. I guess I could go out and look because, you know, my streaming setup is mobile. Let's go out and look. Why not? All right. There's also an overhead camera if I really wanted to look at it. But it does look like it is yellow by a sliver. Let's make it an inch, let's say. So we're talking over the situation here. And it looks like they're looking at the broom to the tee line. And so that would be an indication of a draw, but I think the shot was to do a tap raise. So red raise the red to scoring position. Decisions made. Quinton is going into the hatch. It's nice to be able to go out and see what the situation is. I could go yell at them if I wanted to, but I've been advised not to yell at the players or tap on the glass. Because Quinton's getting set for his last rock here in the 7th end, looking for the raise, especially we could see that Scott moved up to where they want to hit the rocks. And this is going to over curl slightly. The question is, where's it going to end up? So it's going to go into the pile. It's going to raise the red on the outside to the very top of the rings. And I'm not sure who shot again. Third base. I think it's yellow still. So that's a dangerous setup for Orange Coyote. It could favor Sandstorm Sweepers because they can still do that tap, especially now that that red on the outside is very much more exposed. So Orange Coyote had a couple choices. They could try to block that left side of the sheets to prevent the raise, or they could do what I think makes a lot of sense, and that is to go for the draw on the right side, even though that the that draw path, kind of towards the sidewalk has been a little tricky for both teams. I think Orange Coyote has it dialed in as Jeff Kunkel gets set. The defending champions from this event, they won last year in a very hard-fought battle with the runner-up, complete sheet show, as Jeff Stone is away. Need to go for weight. This is coming up a little light. Oh my goodness. This is so 1756. This is going to be a guard. Although they might be able to get to the top of the house. Oh, they needed like another little bit of energy, I believe. They could have also been looking to try to avoid spilling that top yellow counting stone, because if Sandstorm Sweepers were to ever remove that yellow and stick around and not have any other yellows in the rings, Sandstorm Sweepers to bring those other reds into scoring position and score 2 or 3 here. So this is a critical end shaping up here in the 7th. As it's another good conversation between the Vice and Skip for Sandstorm Sweepers. And so I think they're looking at tapping. They could be looking to tap the red onto the yellow, and then they'd be sitting 3, maybe 4. I think it'd be 3. Let's see if we can hear them. I'm curious to see what they're talking about.
Yeah, I do. We got a bunch of good odds. Big line call here, though. Don't be afraid to be yes. Hey, tell them if it's light, to just go ahead. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah.
Okay, I should have done that earlier, so we could have heard what they're saying. They are going to, I think, draw. Plan B would maybe the tap, as Scott Miller is in the hack, in the zone for his first of 2 stones with the hammer here in the 7th end. Calling for sweep. And really calling this for sweep. Let's see where it's going to end up. It's going to chip the reds into the rings. And that's pretty close to, I think, what the scenario was that could have been in the offing. Basically, they promoted 2 reds into scoring position. And that is the situation. There's 2 reds counting right now and 1 yellow that is third shots. So that was a good shot there by Scott. Sometimes taking the extra moment to talk about it worked out. And so Jeff is making his way down to the hat, talking about this shot situation. And I think they might be looking to hit.
I was like, all 3 look good. I get a little like 50-50. Just about the time I'm always like, I give up on the call, or it's either or. You're like, let me think about
Jeff
it.
gets set. This is his last without the hammer. And again, being down 1 with the hammer is not too bad. Ideally, they would only force Sandstorm Sweepers for a single point. They are going for the hit here, hoping for a little bit of a roll. 984. So weight-wise, the weight's good. And then where's it going to roll to? It's going to roll to the back of the 12-foot, and that appears to be shots. So that was a great shot there from Jeff Kunkel. 984. So weight-wise, the weight's good. And then where's it going to roll to? It's going to roll to the back of the 12-foot, and that appears to be shots. So that was a great shot there from Jeff Kunkel. Back to the live action. Let's see if we can listen in on the call here. And they're done. All right. I'll do it one of these days. So I do believe yellow is shots. I think they're definitely acting as if they need it. So they're still talking about it.
You think we can get there? What are we trying to do? Draw? Yeah. No, a long way to go, so yeah. Hey, backline weight right about here.
Okay. So a couple of interesting points there in between the other sheet doing a delivery and yelling. I think after all that discussion, they want to do a draw tap and tap the reds, tap one of the reds into scoring position, maybe 2, as Scott is very quickly away with his shot. So they do take their time talking about the shot, and then once the decision's made, they are off to the races. And this is the last shot. The hammer from Scott Miller. Possibly trying to split 2 into the rings. They get 1, and that is it. So good effort for the single points to tie things up. It is going to be Orange Coyote with the hammer coming home tied. So the final stanza, the final countdown is about to begin. Please stay with us when we come right back to the 2026 MoPac 5 and Under Bonspiel on the curling.gg network. This has turned out to be a really exciting game. Definitely appreciate everyone for tuning into this. We are going to be back on the air at 10:30, so just under an hour from now, where we will have semifinal action. And then, of course, we'll have the championship game at 1:30 p.m. as well as the bronze medal game. And games are going to be streaming on the MoPac YouTube channel as well as the CurlVegas YouTube channel. And the links are available on bonspieler.com. As we have Val's first rock underway. That turns into a center guard that is on the center line, so it cannot be dislodged by the opposing team until after the fifth rock at the end. Hal's first rock is away. And this is going to, I think, settle into the top of the rings. It doesn't, it's still not curling back a lot from that side that's away from the sidewalk. And back to the action. Looks like Val is going to draw on top. Well, it looks like another guard, actually. I think the goal is to draw on top of the Hal Brown yellow in the rings. And doesn't quite get there, so ends up putting up another center guard. And so the situation here is the next team that scores wins, pretty much. So for Sandstorm Sweepers, that means steal, steal, steal. And for Team Orange Coyote, they need to basically make sure they keep an open house to have a draw for the win. Because they don't need a messy house to score; they just need a single point. So they want to keep an open house. So they all have to do is just draw the button for the win. And that ends up in the top 12 foot. So it does set up a hit and roll possibility for Sandstorm Sweepers. So another lengthy discussion by Quentin and Scott. The 5-and-under is a learning experience, so it's good to kind of talk these shots over and make sure you're putting your best foot forward. Opting to draw around the center guards with Sarah Miller's first. This rock is going to get around the guards, and the question is, where is it going to sit down? It's going to sit down right on top of the button, just kind of in the back of the button. So great draw there by Sarah Miller. So with the situation in the house changed and the free guard zone rule over, the 5 rock rule over, Hunter's asking Matt O'Brien to peel these guards. And this is going to get one of the guards. It gets two of the guards moving. One of the reds goes to the back of the house where it's going to sit down, I believe. Actually goes all the way through. The shooter's lost, and then the other red guard goes to the right edge of the sheets. Sorry. Had to figure out my right from my left. So we still have 3 games in action right now. Possible upset alert on sheet 3 where team complete sheet show from Oval Curling, the runner-up from last year, is trailing Team Duncan from Coyotes 6-4. And it was a pretty open house the last time I looked. So Sarah Miller, I think, is looking to draw and maybe put up a guard. So Team Duncan up 6-4 over complete sheet show in the 7th end. The other game in progress is on sheet 4, where Team Hernandez is up 5-4 over Team Pitlars. That's another barn burner right there. As this guard kind of stayed out wide, it's going to go into the top of the house. So again, for Orange Coyote, they want to keep an open house, so they want to make sure that they have a draw to the button for the win. So they could play the draw stones in game, but that could bite them in the behind. So they're just looking to kind of peel these rocks in the rings. And it's going to, it's hanging out wide. It does peel one of the reds, so that was a good shot. The shooter also rolls away. So Sandstorm Sweepers is going to try the same type of shot. Although Quinn's kind of pointing out the possibility of maybe hitting the yellow out in set 2. Although that, I think, could lead to Orange Coyote trying to double those reds out. Again, having that last rock is crucial in an end like this, especially if you play to make sure you have a chance with your last rock. And we had 4 games on the ice for the quarterfinals. The first game ended a little early on sheet 1 for Ace of Spades. Team Rice, the 1 seed, defeated in and out turns the 8 seed 12-2. So looks like they're going to do the draw again as Wetzel is pushing out from the hat. So sweepers are called off. Either it's a lot of weight and they don't want to go in the rings. Quinn's calling for curl. As you can tell, I don't know if you can see his arm expression. And that is going to be a guard. And that was, I think, the call there. So the situation is still, I think, Sandstorm Sweepers in 1. And Jeff has the broom down to peel the guard for Woody's first. And again, it's all going towards keeping an open house. And then when play goes into the house at the end of the end, you have that chance for the single point for the win. So this is going to hit the red. And it's going to just basically hit the red through the gap, the pretty massive gap in the house, out of play. The shooter also goes to the side, but it's not. It sits around. It's checked out the neighborhood and say, I want to hang around here a little bit. So going for the draw guard again, I believe. Very similar broom. We'll see what weight Quentin has on his delivery. Had a positive release there. but that might just be to make sure they have enough weight for the guard. Scott's looking, he's kind of going to where he thinks it is going to be a guard. And it's kind of hanging out. And I don't know if if Kunkel could just ignore that at this point. It's kind of out wide to the right, as we can see from this view. So yeah, they're looking to. It looks like they're opting to ignore the guard. He was saying like take out the yellow. I wonder if they could just maybe. I mean, I think if they go for the double takeout, that's fine. I think, you know, it'd be nice if the yellow stuck around. However, again, they don't want to give targets for Sandstorm Sweepers to draw to, and I think that might be the thinking. So Woody is getting in the hack. And it sounds like control weight. They need to make sure it doesn't over curl. Although Matt O'Brien's working to push it over, so looks like this is going to be past the guard. Now the question is, where is it going to end up? It's going to hit the yellow onto the red, and then both stones both yellows move towards the left. And so right now, Orange Coyote is seeing 3. That was a good shot there by Woody. Looks like this is going to be past the guard. Now the question is, where is it going to end up? It's going to hit the yellow onto the red, and then both stones both yellows move towards the left. And so right now, so back to the live action. So that shot was largely successful. It does kind of raise the concern I brought up before the shot, where it does provide something for Sandstorm Sweepers to draw toward, and that is what is happening. As Quentin has the broom down for the draw, looking for about 5 feet of curl. So as we've seen throughout this game, coming from the sidewalk, it's curling really hard, almost falling, and then it only curls slightly back, going the other way. So Scott's rock is away, calling for curl. And this is curling up a bunch as Quentin comes out to help. It's about 1480. It's a little on the light side, and this is going to go to the top of the 8-foot. Not quite there, only good for third shot. And so now the opportunity swings a little bit more towards Orange Coyote. Just kind of picturing that ESPN prediction percentage gauge. And so at the start of this end, I think it was probably like maybe 60-40 for Orange Coyote. It's now leaning a little bit more towards Orange Coyote. And of course, the game's not over until it's 100% one way or the other. So, and a famous person said, "Never tell me the odds." So I'm not going to tell you the odds, in part because I don't know the odds. So it looks like they're going to put up a front stone, which makes a lot of sense as Jeff Kunkel makes his way down the ice. Thank you everyone for tuning in. This is a fun tournament to be at because you have so many young teams. The experience level is all over the map, as it were, and so you have some really excellent teams, and then you have teams that are just finding themselves. And my very first Bonspiel was at this event back in 2019, and I've been a part of this event ever since, as a participant and as a helping with the organizing committee. So along those lines, definitely a huge thanks to Katie Feldman and for helping to organize the events, the ice crew for just helping us have the best ice we can, and all the volunteers at CurlVegas. This is a very welcoming place to be, and it definitely embodies what helps make curling so great. And so Jeff's shot is away. Just looking for a guard, and this is a guard weight, 1488, 1489, let's say. And that does block the draw path, although it does give Sandstorm Sweepers a bit of a small opportunity. So the percentage, again, is leaning towards Orange Coyote, but the needle is still giving a little space for Sandstorm Sweepers. And so what is the opportunity? I think they could try to draw or hit, like kind of draw down heavy takeout weight, not heavy takeout weight, heavy draw weight, and hit and roll off the yellow, kind of where they're talking. Let's see if we can listen to this, because this is a key shot.
Yeah. No, you're right. I like it. Let's go. So it's here. That's throw. We're looking for this. And guess what? If it flares, we kind of have this.
I want to hit pretty big, then wait.
I want to hit. Let's go, bud.
Okay, so we can still sort of hear them. I think this is definitely a situation where if we had the players mic'd up, we would have a greater benefit, because they're talking quietly between themselves, and everyone else who's yelling on the ice is overwhelming them in terms of the audio levels. So we'll keep trying. But basically, I think they're kind of looking at their options. And I think the shot choice was to hit the inside of that shot yellow, and then try to roll under the cover of the yellow that Jeff put up in the top 8 foot. So Quentin has the broom down.
Let's go for it. Let's go with our shot. No, I'm not sure.
So they're coming back down to talk about it. And definitely looking at the learning experience here as they call the front end down as well to talk about it. This is the last 2 shots of the game, and Sandstorm Sweepers needs to be shot, so definitely it's worthwhile to talk about it. Let's see if we can hear them again.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so similar results. Living the definition of madness. Because I'm doing the same thing over and over again and somehow expecting a different result. But that can be curling sometimes. Sometimes you get locked into a shot. It's like, we need to make this shot. So you keep trying the same shot over and over, expecting a different result, and it doesn't happen. Curling is joyful much of the time, but it is also occasionally madness. As we have Scott Miller in the hack, looking for that hit and roll. Line's going to be super important, but this is the side of the sheet where it does stay straighter. So the weight is there. Where is it going to end up? It hits and it's going to roll too far, and handshakes, as that is going to be a score of 2 for Orange Coyote. Make the final 6-4. That was a game. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. That was a great finish. Just a great effort there by Scott Miller from Sandstorm Sweepers. Coming up just a little short. And Team Orange Coyote survives. The defending champions survive to make it to the semifinals. My goodness. So looking around the rings, we have 2 games still in progress. Complete Sheet Show has tied things up. They're 6-all against Team Duncan on sheet 3. Although Team Duncan has the hammer tied, and they have at least a couple stones in the rings. Just seeing the exchange of players shaking hands. This is also definitely a part of the game. I mean, it was a tight game, hard fought, back and forth. With Sandstorm Sweepers eking out a small lead, and then Orange Coyote, found that extra gear and was able to pull away with the win. What a finish! I think it's 2 points. You can see on the scoreboard they marked it as 1. It doesn't really matter necessarily. The win's the win in this case. The other game on sheet 4. So we have a tie game on sheet 3. The other game on sheet 4 between Team Hernandez, the 3 seed, taking on Team Pitlar's Skip It. It was getting close, and then Hernandez scored 2 in the 7th end to take a 7-4 lead. So that does mean that Pitlar's has the hammer in the 8th end. And so that will wrap up things for this end and for this game. We're going to be back on in about half an hour. So a quick turnaround. And until we get back onto the broadcast, thank you very much to our sponsors, including DoubleTakeout.com, offering a unique ranking of the top men's, women's, and mixed doubles teams from around the world at DoubleTakeout.com. And by curling.gg, elevate your game. Curling.gg is a proud sponsor of Team Canada's mixed doubles team, Brett Gallant and Jocelyn Peterman. And by Endgame Curling, elevate your game with Endgame Curling, and learn more at endgamecurling.com. So thank you so much for everyone for tuning in for this broadcast. We're going to sign off for now and be back at 10:30. But until then, on behalf of all of us here at MoPac and CurlVegas, and with thanks to our sponsors, this has been your host, Ryan Olson, saying good morning and good curling.
Sit down outside, grab something to eat, grab something to drink.